Yay! So this is Tuesday, August 13th. Ooh, unlucky Tuesday the 13th. And so we're going to be going into setting up the notebook. Those of you who are watching the home version, because you are gone right now, yay! We miss you. And then those of you who are here watching it live, it's twice exciting. We did just give you... I'm going to steal yours for just a second, Nupra. Yoink! The 5 pictures were due today, so make sure that you bring those to me so I can see them from you for tomorrow. So that is the homework that I did check. Everything else we should be good. And then from here, those of you who are wanting me to print the pictures for you, if you already have yours printed, you're good to go. To remind you, all 5 of your pictures combined are going to be put on a piece of paper this big. So you're going to have to put them onto this with other stuff on there too, which is why you don't want to have gigantic pictures, because they have to fit onto something this size. So you might need to fix that one for some of you guys. To go along with that, if you want me to print them, I will happily do it. I only charge you 3 B points to do it. But I charge you 3 B points for each file I have to print. If you send me 5 individual pictures, that means you've just spent 15 B points, which equals a detention and probably brings you unhappiness. So because of that, what you're going to want to do is make sure you combine them all into one file. And so you save all 5 pictures and then combine them into one thing to send them to me. The easiest way to do that is by using a pic collage or a photo collage app. The same thing you probably use for Instagram or something like that. For those of you who are social media savvy, you can download that app, put them all together, send it as one file to me, and I'll happily print it for you. If you don't know my email address, one, it's right here, so if you watch the video, you can see it. But also on my website, and if you go by, what's my website called? If you know my name, you know the website. The very first thing on there is my email address. Right below that is my YouTube link. So it's like as soon as you get there, like, oh, there it is. And then you just send me that file. I will print it off for you for 3 B points. Looks something like this. And so this was the first kid who came up with that idea for me. And so he was like, why don't you just use a pic collage app? And I'm like, child, you're a genius. And so I told him I'd make him famous. So I use him every year now as my example. And so it looks something like this. Put all 5 pictures together, and then you'll send it to me. I print off that one file, cut them down, and make it work. So this is what you're going to need probably for tomorrow/Thursday. And so that's where we're going to start using it for the next part of this project I'll be introducing to you. Questions as far as this goes? Yay! All right, if you print off your own, you can ignore all those directions because you're going to be printing your own one. And then I will send these directions out tonight on Remind to help you out also. Let's see. Lunch recycling. On this one, I was supposed to mention this to you yesterday, and I forgot. It's on me. I apologize. So I'm going to tell this to all of my classes to make sure. They are now pushing recycling at lunch, which I think is a genius thing to do. So instead of just chucking all of your stuff into the trash, separate out the recycling, and they have a giant recycling thing for you to put stuff into it. Like the Izzy cans, plastic stuff, put it in the recycling bin, and then trashy bits, put in the trashy stuff, and then the stuff that's washable, put into the washable stuff. It might require thinking on your part to make sure you actually put the right stuff into the right bin, but I figure thinking's not the worst thing in the world for you. So just reminder, separate your stuff, put it into the correct thing, be a good human. Nicknames. I talked about this with you guys yesterday, correct?
Yeah.
Yay. As I start, now that I'm learning your names today, and I'll get even better at it here in a moment, that's when I can start figuring out that your names don't fit you. I talked about weekly calendar with you guys over the yonder with how the homework, and don't ask me the homeworks, I'll lie to you. You'll also see that Thursday and Friday are now filled in because I have figured out what we're going to be doing. So after first period today, I start having an idea of how far we're going to get. Feel pretty strong about that. I'm going to give it a 77% chance it's accurate. Things might change, but I figure 77 is good gambling odds. Over here we have the calendar for you guys, or not the calendar, sorry, the grades that you can check to see them posted. And then for you guys, we did do Remind, correct?
Yes.
Now, if you weren't able to get on Remind, let me know. We can try to help you get there. For the rest of you, make sure that you have notifications turned on because I will be using it today. My 5th, 6th, and 7th periods have not gotten on Remind yet because they're a little behind you guys. So we're going to be signing them up today to get them set up, which means I will be sending out a Remind during 5th period, 6th period, and 7th period. So at some point, your iPad should give you a Remind. If it's not, make sure notifications are turned on. If notifications are off, Remind is useless. So hopefully that helps you. And the messages I send out today during 5th, 6th, and 7th are probably going to be a little strange and creepy. because it's just aimed at students, and I'm trying to entertain myself. So when you get them, and you're like, why is he talking about escaped monkeys? Probably because I'm trying to make myself smile, and a whole day of students kind of makes the brain go numb. So just giving you a heads up as far as that goes. And then also, you can reply to messages. I had a number of kids in first, third, and fourth send me messages last night and ask questions, and I can reply back to you. Questions as far as Remind goes. Yay! Alright, so we're good to go there. Next up, if you have an iPad, you can skeet it off to the side. We're done with it completely for now. We only needed it up to this point. Now is the next part. Your notebook. On the notebook, this is what we're going to use for almost all the work in my class. Bell work is going to go in here. Homework is going to go in here. And you do not want to lose this. Losing this notebook is very, very bad, because it means you have to go back and redo all the homework and bell work that we did up to that point. And if it's the end of 9 weeks, you have to go back and replace all 7 homeworks and 7 bell works that are in there, which is probably 14 more things than you want to do. So to make this really hard to lose, we're going to write information really big on the front cover. I have a marker for you here in a second. I'll happily share with you. The larger you write this, and the more arrows you draw to it, the better off you're going to be. Because that means at some point, when you leave it sitting on the floor in science, or sitting in the hallway out there, if someone sees my name on it, they're going to return it to me. And then if I see your name on it, I will return it to you. When you put your name on it, first name, last name. Not just first name, not just last name, because I will mock you, first and last name. And then also my room number to help people out, the heroes, stuff like that. Then, let me chuck markers at you. If you have an all-black notebook, like Carly's is, it has no white spot on the front of it, I have a pink marker I can toss you. I had a silver one, but it died earlier, so it's missed it already. But pink kind of shows up on black, so we're going to try that one. And so I'll toss them out so you guys can share. Then I have a bunch of blue and black markers I'll also toss out to you so you get a chance to use them. Try not to catch them with your face unless it's just a thing you enjoy doing. And then I don't have enough for everybody because there's a thing called sharing and handing it to other people. If you have your own marker, you're welcome to use it. Mine are not special. They're just random markers I picked up off the floor. Questions before I chuck markers at you? Okay. If you have your own marker, begin writing. Otherwise, let me chuck things at you, Carly, unless you have your own marker. Yoink. And then, so I'm probably not going to give you a blue marker because that would not make sense, but I'll give you a black marker. Good catch on there. And then you have green, so blue should work there. And then you already have black started, so I'll give you more to there. Blue should hopefully show up on that one. And black, so there's an opposite color. Does anyone else need a marker? You're all just staring at me. Good job, kids randomly staring. Black goes on blue. Then we'll go black. Well, you guys just share it. Just grab one, start writing, and hand it to another kid. And then we'll go black to that kid. Or it goes to Hopkins. Way to pass that one. It's an alley-oop. All right, and then we'll try. You need one also, Isabella. There you go. Good sharing. All right. Then, all right. Then, if someone around you need one, hand it to them. Here's the part where you're doing the writing of things, like a ninja. Nicely done. And then you get stuff. Write big letters. Draw arrows to it. Write stuff on there. When you're done, either hand it to someone nearby who needs it, or bring it back to me, and I'll take it from you. But make sure first and last name is on there, and then make sure you have my name on there.
It's out.
It's out?
I'll just
Use that one instead, that's fine. Oh, that one's dead. How about the other side? That one's dead. Oh, so close. Sure, thank you. I was just chucking it over there, but getting close. Yoinky! And then, no one else. And you're done. Do you need a marker? Are you good to go? As long as you think that works for you, then I'm good with it. And your last name? That's embarrassing.
Heroes.
No E? Not the first kid.
Oh, God.
No, he's not here. It's okay. Thank you. And thank you. There you go, Natalie. And there. There. And getting ready to go on to the next step. We are good. Yes, dear?
Where are the cards of like a person on it?
That person is me. And that was one of my classes last year. One of the kids decided to taunt me, and so they just printed up a bunch of random pictures of me and then taped them up all around the room. And because it made me smile, because it's more pictures of me, and I'm kind of vain, I left most of them up in just random spots throughout the room. I figured it's just one more fun game kids can play when they're trying to tune me out, like how many can you find? Malia.
Okay, so you're allowed to throw things at us.
Correct.
We're not allowed to throw things at you.
Also correct.
Are we allowed to throw things at each other?
Good question. What's the answer on that?
Yes!
Why?
Because then you'll have to do that.
1, they can't catch. 2, what are you calling them?
Trash.
Nicely done. So you can't throw things at each other either. Good try. All right.
What
Yes.
if you're trying to call them trash?
Well, that's why we have social media. All right, so that goes there. Thank you. Now, if you're still writing, then that's fine. You'll bring it to me. You can. I mean, you can also like rob banks and drop kick babies, but I wouldn't recommend it. They make funny wee sounds when they do. All right, so now, next up. Take notebook. You are going to turn to the very first page. So turn cover. So you're now to the very first lined page. I do not like this page. So we are going to put a giant X on this page. So like imagine you are spelling X-ray, but stop after the first letter. So you're just going to put a giant X on that page. Not the cover, the first page. Giant X. Mr. Brovicast, if you don't like that page, why don't we rip it out? Genius. But now you have a new front page. Rip that one out too. Genius. Mr. Brovicast, I just ran out of pages. Not genius. That's why you just put an X on it, because ripping it out just makes a new front page. So cross out front page. Now what you're going to do, once you've crossed out that front page, because that's your way of letting you know, do not use that page. Putting stuff on there will make me grumpy, so that's to help you out. Then you are going to turn to your next page, where you have blank X page on one side, all the other pages on the other. To help you out, if you can't see what mine says on there, I'm going to pop it up there for you. Boo! And so, boo! There you go. So now you get a chance to see it up there to make things a little bit better. Mr. Brovicast, I don't have robotic eyes. I can't see it. Bunch of whiners. Here, I'll help you get it up. There you go. So that helps you focus in to make things easier. Mr. Brovicast, your notebook is magic. It is. I also have a controller. So don't start writing yet, because you're going to scriboober this, and I'm going to have to yell at you. Because in a moment, I'm walking around and checking them to see which kids I get to yell at. And I look forward to this part. So here's how you're going to follow these directions. Kids at home, make sure you follow this part. Open up your notebook so you can see both pages. Those of you who have the actual correct notebook, it's not an issue, because like the comp notebooks, you can only fold back. If you have like a spirally notebook, you're going to try and flip a page underneath. You don't want to do that. Make sure you can see both pages at once. It'll make your life easier. This is your foldy bit in the middle. We are setting this up like a table of contents in a book, so I can find your homework and find your bell work as I look through it. At the very top of the left-hand page, you're going to put table of contents homework. Don't start yet, bad children. Wait a second. You're still going to screw it up. Top of the other page, table of contents bell work. That's the easy part. Here's the part you're going to mess up. On either the first line or right above the first line, you're going to write these 4 things in very specific places for me. All the way to the left, you're going to find that red line, edge of paper. You write the word date. Not today's date, but the word date. Like, someday I want to go on a date. On the other side of red line, you're going to write the word number. And then in the middle of this thing, you're going to write the word title. Then you go all the way over. There's a faded pink line, which is really the red line from the other page, but it kind of shows through and looks pinky. Between that faded line and the foldy bit, you write page. Then the same thing over here. Date there, number, title, page. Now, do that and then leave it open, and I'm going to come around and see if I get to thwack you in the head for not doing it correctly. I look forward to a good head thwacking. What's up, Isabel? take off for now. All right, and there. Let me double check. Name Abby.
Can I write HW for homework instead?
As long as you remember it correctly in the future,
Okay.
yes. But if you mess it up, I get to taunt you.
Okay.
All right. I have Abby, Akila, who's gone, Andre, Kada, Carly, Chris, Colin, Robinson, Derek. Don't you give me head shake. Eleanor, Kemp, Preston, Grace, Grant, Gearhart, Isabel, who stepped out, James, Gropp, Jen Talbot, Jillian Murray, Journey Hall, Hopkins, Kayla, Dean, Kyler, Luke Pumphrey, McKenna, right? No, I got McKenna. McKenna, we'll get to the part. Malia, Natalie Cibulco, Nupra, we'll get there. I think that fits right there on the tip of my brain. It's going to come to me. Hang on. Oh, come on, I can picture it. Almost. I'm not giving up. Hang on. And that's Ryan and Shalini and God, it's like right there and Spencer, Hoy, Xavier, Riley. I knew it was going to come back to me. I wasn't going to give up. All right, now I'm going to come around and double check to see if I get to thwack people in the head. Good. Now do the same thing over here, and then put homework on that side. Velvet goes to this side. I got you. Except we put homework twice. Velvet on that side. Those of you who are doing the home version, this part's going to be a little boring for you. Just walking around, just make sure you're working. As I'm like whacking kids in the head. Number. See up there where it says number. You're welcome, Carly. It made you smarter. Sometimes we get a head whack, helps the knowledge settle in. I'm a professional. A professional what? We don't know. Yep. Good. Now the same thing on that side as what I developed. See? Helps the knowledge settle in. You're welcome. Mr. Bowley, your heart is full of love. It's full of something. You're just making the top part so beautiful. Shalini, faster, child. Make me whack you in the head. I do, but my joy would be to have like no kids that need head whacking at all, because that would mean like you guys are already doing so well. Obviously, we're not there yet. All right, we're getting there. He says, low-key throwing shade. You figured out how to spell the word number. John, near. That's the word. Don't you say? All right, there you go. Derek. So now, moving on, except for the kids still figuring out how to write the stuff in there because she's drawing pictures of beautiful things. Now, we're going to go to the part where those of you who are still working, congratulations, you've given yourself extra work, but we're getting there. You are going to take notebook. So you have page X, table of contents, turn to the next page, another table of contents. So it's going to look like a complete mirror of the last one. Complete mirror of the last one. It's the exact same thing again. Homework on one side, bell work on the other side, making sure we put the word number there. Make sure you do a left side and a right side. Bell work on one side, homework on the other side, stuff like that. And I'm going to do names again as I keep practicing. All right. Riley. So don't forget that one. All right, so I got that one checked off. Abby, Akila, Andre, Kada, Carly, Chris, Colin, Derek, Eleanor, Grace, Grant, Isabel, James, Jenna, Jillian, Journey, Kayla, Kyler, Luke, McKenna, Malia, Natalie, Nupra, Riley, Ryan, Shalini, Spencer, William, Xavier, Zing! All right, go me. All right, I gotta work on last names also, so that's gonna be all right. Abby, so Abby, Catlin, Tequila, Dava, Costa, I know. Lennon, I know. Carly Rothschild, Filanov, Hebert, Robinson, Kemp, Preston, Gearhart, Snow, Gropp, Talbot, Murray, Hall, Hopkins, Dean, Humphrey, I got sassy. Stein, I should mention Stein, right? There's where the right comes in. Right, Sepulko, Nambiar, all right, Supra, Nambiar, Riley, Crowell, Casper, Merthula, Henry, Hoy, Smith. Yay! All right, just double checking page 2. For those of you that scribbled the first one, I'm making sure you didn't scribble the second one. Pachomp. Confuse me. All the way around. Hey, enough practice. See? Told you it helps the learning sink in. I'm going to have you scoot the word title just over to the right just a little bit. That's just more me being picky. You didn't really do it wrong. It's just to make me happier. You just put random things in that notebook.
No, this used to be my brother's French notebook, apparently. Only on this page, though.
That's right. We'll just skip those and just like cross them out. Because the moment we're going to be going to those pages, when we get to them, just cross these out like they're dead pages, like they don't exist. All right. Those of you who are still drawing your beautiful pictures of letters, we're going to give you a moment. The rest of you, let's go to the next step. All right. So starting again, we have page X, table of contents. Second table of contents. I know you're excited. And aw, you cheated. Third table of contents. Now, before you're like, Mr. Brovicast, is this whole thing a table of contents? One, that'd be awesome if your whole notebook was a table of contents and nowhere to put stuff. But to prove it to you, one, if I turn my next page, there's nothing there. And I'll officially put 3 up there. We have a total of 3 table of contents. We're going to eventually do a table of contents for each 9 weeks. But, Mr. Brovicast, there's 4 9 weeks. Yeah, I know. I'll explain how this works in a moment. For now, we're just starting with 3 9 weeks. We'll eventually work up to the other 9 weeks when we get there. All right. Boy. I mean, his name, but still. All right, let's see how I can do better here. Abby. Last name starts with a C.
It starts with an animal.
Ooh, it does. I mean, it's not Crowell, because that's her. It'll start with a C. I really like the animal art. That's going to help me out. Abby Smith Catlin. Aquila Mandava. Aquila Mandava. Andre Costa. Kata Lennon. Carly Rothschild. Chris Spilinov. Colin Hebert. Derek Robinson. Eleanor Kemp. Grace Preston. Grant Gearhart. Isabel Snow. James Gropp. Jenna Talbot. Jillian Murray. Journey Hall. Kayla Hopkins, Kyler Dean, Luke Humphrey, McKenna. You're right. It's not right. It's McKenna. Seriously. And so it's Malia Wright, McKenna, Stein. Out there. Natalie Sepulko. And then is Nupra Nambora? Nambor? Am I right so far? No. It starts with an N. I remember it was the alliteration. Nupra. Nambiar. All right, Nupra Nambiar. Riley Crowell. Sean Casper. Ryan Casper. Sorry. Ryan Casper. That's totally on me. Ryan Casper. And then we have Shalini. it start with an M?
Yes.
That's what I thought. Marthula. I had to cheat a little bit. Shalini, Marthula, and that's Mandava. All right, Marthula, Mandava. And then here is Spencer Henry, William Hoy, Xavier Smith. And that was Mirthula, and Nambiar. All right. Now, I'm going to assume you guys got the third one correct, because you got the first two, and then we'll go off the assumption on that one. So now, you're going to go to that next page after the table of contents. So you're going to go to third table of contents. Third one. Turn to your next pages, which should be blank. Here's what you're going to do on these two blank pages. Bottom corner, you're going to put an X in each page. Do not cross out the whole page. You are just putting a little baby X down there. Just a little adorable baby X. Just a little baby X down there, baby X down there. What these are called are idiot pages. And the way idiot pages work, at some point, you're probably going to screw up this notebook. And I am very strict and specific on how you do my notebook. So when you screw it up at some point, you're going to freak out. You're like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. I'm like, well, this is why we have idiot pages. You're going to come back to those pages, and these will help you sort of fix problems. Now, some of you realize that you have more of an idiot issue than other people. So you're going to want to turn the page and low-key put another pair of X's down there and have like another set of 2 X pages. And others of you are going to want to turn the page again and have like a couple more X pages because you're like, oh, know me, I've got problems. And so at least have 2, because even if you're not an idiot at all, that's where we're going to put the 4th 9 weeks table of contents. So if you can go the whole year and not be an idiot, you get to put your table of contents there. Others of you, you're going to fill that with stuff when you have to go back and fix things. So now that you have done your X pages, turn to your next set of 2 blank pages. Here's how my numbering works. Very specific on this one also. Numbers only go in these outside corners. Outside corners. So you're going to put 1 on that bottom corner, 2 on that bottom corner. You turn the page, 3 in bottom corner, 4 in bottom corner. Turn the page, 6 in bottom corner, 7 in bottom corner. Just saying. I got a kid to skip 5 one year. It was great. And they didn't figure it out until much later. They're like, I don't have a page 5. And I'm like, why not? And I figured out because when I lied to them and skipped 5, they did it too. Some kids are dumb and they're fun to taunt. So you're going to go up to about page 30. So I'm not going to make you number the whole thing yet. I saw how upset you got writing down 17 words. So making you have to go through and like number the whole notebook would make you like pass out of your chair. So go to page 30 and then stop. I have faith in you getting all the way to that one without having too many issues. And I was right about us not being able to get to the picture today. We're going to finish notebook tomorrow because we have 2 last things to do in there. And then we're going to get to picture, and then we're going to get to our first project and begin the learning stuff. So bring back picture tomorrow, notebook tomorrow, and then your 5 printed pictures, unless you send them to me. And I'm done with y'all. Away you go.
Can I have a Simpsons